Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, otherwise known as RBL, a show that incorporates baby boomers and millennials' ideas and perspectives.
With the hottest news, reviews, and interviews, and guidance on the transition of brick and mortar to click and order. And now I'm proud to introduce former veteran, military police, and a member of Knights of Columbus, my dad, James Zuley.
And my son, Chairman and CEO of eZWay Network, known as the Digital Dick Clark, Eric Zuley. Good. Look at that applause. Good morning, Radio Boomers Live listeners around the world. Good morning to our eZWay family. As I always say, you know who you are out there. And to the superstar host of the show, Eric Zuley, it's amazing what you've built over the years. It's and becoming more user-friendly. The times are changing so rapidly. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, everybody. Yeah, we got a pretty awesome show today. Pretty awesome lineup. We got two guests on the show. Two amazing guests. We got Rodolfo and we got Vadim. You guys will hear more about them here soon. But if you're not familiar with the show, make sure that you subscribe to eZWayTV. eZWayTV is where all of our broadcasts are. This is where all the magic happens. Make sure you use the hashtag eZWayFamily. And ultimately, make sure that you follow our eZWay family Instagram, which we are live on right now. We're on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Google Play, Apple Store, LG, Samsung, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and ultimately eZWay.tv. And also, too, Dad, special news. We just got to deal with a major distribution company. So pretty soon we'll be on Roku channel. We'll be on Pluto TV. We'll be on Tubi. We'll be on all the big boy stuff. On top of the big boy stuff we're already on. Also, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, go to www.rblive.com. And if you're not familiar with the show, this is a all things human from a baby boomer's perspective show. Me and my dad fight for the microphone to see who's going to say whatever they're going to say next. And it is brought to you by Better Vision for Children, bvccharity.org. You should tell them a little bit more about it, Dad.
bvccharity.org, guys. Better Vision for Children. We bring, well, thanks to Eric, getting us all over the world, bringing awareness to children's eye health. And we have caregivers and parents. Sometimes it may slip by, and 50% do not get tested. We want to eliminate that and get all the kids tested. And from that, we're upgrading. BBC is getting the most latest high-tech computer camera to look into the eyes and diagnose any kind of issues. And then with that, we want to follow up and get whatever kids are diagnosed with something, get those kids checked out thoroughly by an eye doctor and get the issue corrected. We have a part 2 vision, and that is a vision for their future, thus incorporating the foster community and giving them access to entrepreneurs in various businesses. It could be people in the engineering field, in the medical field, in whatever field, entertainment, and they have exposure to this. And it might, be something they could be interested in. We'll follow through with more mentoring. And we also, we could incorporate life skills like etiquette class, communication, possibly some sports, basketball, golf, racquetball, situations like that where they have experience, more experience than they might get otherwise. And that's Better Vision for Children.
bvccharity.org, and you can learn more about it on our app, eZWay Interactive app, which we want you guys to, if you're not part of the eZWay family, if you haven't downloaded the app yet, make sure you look up eZWay Interactive app on Google Play or Apple Store, and you make sure you download that app. If you guys are watching, comment, like, share. Let's push this out to our friends and family. Use the hashtag eZWay family. And we are a network that has a potential reach and outreach of 375 million homes. Now that's increased. You can also scan the QR code you see in front of you, and that allows you to download the eZWay Interactive app and connect with all of our amazing eZWay family. So any of the guests that you see today, if you guys want to connect with them, if you want to get involved with them, anything that you really hear on the show, you can actually go to eZWay Interactive. It looks like this, and you can look for the guests. So today we have Rodolfo. You can type in Rodolfo's name, click on him, and then you can friend him and message him directly on the web or on your app. And same thing with our with any other of the guests that you see. So, Dad, we'll go to commercial break unless there's anything else that you want to add. Does Dad have anything else he wants to add?
Yeah. Well, I'm just absolutely blown away, Eric, by the comments, the totally amazing comments I've been hearing about you for the last 20 years, and recently how you're like such a pioneer in all this stuff. And how you do 20 hours a day, I have no idea, but it's an ever-changing world, and you're definitely on top of things. So I give you a lot of credit.
Doing my thing, trying my best. It's all about the eZWay family. It's all about the tribe. It's all about the vibe. And we are live here on Radio Boomers Live. So coming up after this commercial break, we have our classic hot topics. So you'll get some news, reviews, and more with what's going on in the world, what's going on in the eZWay family. And then we got Vadim Voss coming up, who's a marketing, business, money, tech guy, and he's founder of the Next Level DeFi, helping beginners create passive income. And we'll get more into that soon after this commercial break. So I'm Dr. Eric Zuley with my dad, James Zuley. Guys, don't forget to click the share button, the like button, and comment. Make sure you tell your friends about the show if you're enjoying it. And we'll be right back after these messages with hot topics.
eZWay Interactive. Start connecting the eZWay. Are you ready to connect like never before? Introducing the eZWay Interactive app, your ultimate social solutions network. Whether you're looking to network, collaborate, or simply share ideas, eZWay makes it easy to engage with like-minded individuals and organizations. Discover innovative solutions, join exciting discussions, and expand your horizon, all in one powerful platform. Don't miss out on the future of social networking. Download eZWay Interactive now and unlock endless possibilities.
Yes, indeed. And how about getting into a little hot topic time? All right. So let's start off with today. Let's see, what is it? June 30th. Yeah. So June 30th is National Social Media Day. That's kind of cool. Seems to be a popular subject today. And it's also, for your car buffs, I thought I'd put this in there. It's the year and the day that the Corvette came off the assembly line. And I'm going to leave that to the listeners to see if they can give me a year on that. It's 1950, 1952, 1953, or 1954. I wonder which one, or any of the above. Well, I'll let you put it in there. So anyway, the deal was when the 001 came out, 002, they are lost in the annals of history. I would imagine somebody in the Chevy Corporation and the Chevy family has one or two of those. But 003, VIN number 003, that was bought by an anonymous person, didn't want to let the name out. And it was given to, now I'll leave this question for you baby boomers. It was given to somebody that was in the TV series Wagon Train. See if you can guess which one of the Wagon Train members it was. It was one of the stars, okay? But the problem there was the car was a little bit too big. I mean, I reversed that. I'm trying to be gentle here. The person was a little bit too big for the car, so that didn't work out. that's why they had to, the person that originally bought it had to give it away. Senate begins marathon vote to set up Trump's big, beautiful bill. And it's going to be, they want to get Trump, Dr. Trump, President Trump wants it on his desk by July 4th. It's a lot to review, but that's the way it is. So the bill, supposedly, it'll be helping the working class families and getting more money in their pockets. The Harvard violated student civil rights, where White House said that you know, they're going to end the federal funding if that continues. So they got to stay on top of that fund. They can't break the rules there. Pros, well, you know, they're selling Diddy Combs. It's been going on for a while. Well, the defense and the prosecution has rested. Now it's in the hands of the verdict is being delivered by the jury. So we'll see what if this could go on for a while. We could hear it tonight. Who knows? WNBA, Women's National Basketball Association. It's record expansion there to Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. So that's definitely growing. Russia has launched the biggest airstrike over a 3-year war on Ukraine. Kiev says Ukraine hit some of the Russian fighters that were on the ground. Illegal border crossings down to practically zero, and history in the history of the border crossings and illegal crossings, and murders are down nationwide. That's definitely good news. Most lawyers claim that Elon does not use a computer. Well, that's a little hard to believe, but I'll tell you what, he put something together with the SpaceX and saved those people that were stranded in space. Not too many civilians do something like that. So, Eric, that'll cover the bases for now. It's pre-4th of July week, and people are planning on traveling. A lot of people are planning on traveling this summer, but there's a lot of people planning on staying where they're at, especially if they live in Southern California.
All right. Well, that seems to wrap it up with the
Hot topics.
hot topics, and also another big, major, huge hot topics. We are doing some great things with some super amazing people. We got some big events coming up. We got the VIP pitch party coming up here soon in the next couple of days. Thursday, make sure that you join us. VIP pitch, eZWayTV.com. We have a in-person, our first ever. This is a big hot topic. Our first ever in-person VIP pitch party. We call it Dinner and a Pitch with Purpose on September 14th at the Boca Laguna Hills. We got the National Parents Day coming up with the Universal Peace Federation. We got some amazing people we're honoring there. And the biggest thing, in fact, I'm going to bring somebody in that's one of our producers for this event. The biggest news. Tell them 2 minutes really quick, Karen, what's happening with the big Eye to Eye Summit?
Yes, Eric. Thank you, Eric and James. And we have the Influence to Income How to Pitch for Profit Summit coming up. And this is going to be big. The influencers that we have that are joining us are industry icons that you will want to be a part of. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having some hands-on, real-time learning about how to pitch, in addition to hearing stories from experts in the field and how they have experienced pitching, either being pitched to or pitching themselves. And so, Eric, do we have time to tell them some of the lineup of who's going to be involved, or shall I just give the dates?
Give them all the details. We have
Okay, so it's going to be August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It will be a virtual summit. Of course, Eric will be speaking, James Zuley will be speaking, Dr. Dante Sears will be speaking. We will also have Andy Monet, who is the co-founder with Eric with Trailblazers TV. We will have Omar Periu, who is a 32 times best-selling author. He's also a co-founder of LA Fitness, and he's the competition edge coach. Don't we all want the competition edge? One of the things that we were interested in having available for the audience is that many times we're promoting, we're posting, and it's not converting into income. And so that was one of the goals, is how can you be visible, leverage what you're doing to turn that into profit for yourself as you're pitching. Some of the other guests that we will have, we have Jeff Hoffman, who is with Priceline. We have Jeffrey Hazlett, who is with C-Suite Network. We have Don Green with the Napoleon Hill Foundation. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's showing you the pictures. We have Deb Drummond with 262 Women's Network. We have Michael Adam Cohen, who is a celebrity himself and an influencer. We have Vandy Choso, who is with River Rock Films, and more. So we don't have time to tell you everybody, but if you would like to speak on this summit as well, there are also opportunities for you to do that. And another feature, we are going to have fun at this summit. We're going to have a contest where you can enter your pitch, and you can pitch for a business, or you can pitch for a philanthropy, for a purpose, for a cause that you believe in. And we'll have amazing prizes. We'll have a $2,500 speaking package prize, and we are just so excited. So if you are interested, $1,500 speaking package prize. And so if you are interested in joining that contest, reach out and let us know. If you're interested in speaking, let us know. We are so excited, and stay tuned because there will be additional headliners that will be joining us that are going to be sharing their messages as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Karen. And Karen is our producer for the Eye to Eye Summit coming up. So make sure you look for her on the eZWay Wall of Fame, the eZWay Interactive app. Appreciate you so much for that, Karen. So coming up next is our amazing guest. When you hear the music, you know that we got an amazing guest coming up, and this guest is into tech. I mean, he's a tech guy. He kind of lets you know what's going on, and you want to look for his eZWay Wall of Fame, Vadim Voss. And you can actually rate, if you like his interview and like what he has to say, you can rate his stuff. It helps his reviews. It helps grow. You can see his website. You see everything he's got going on. But Vadim is the founder of Next Level DeFi, DEFI, helping total beginners create passive income streams with crypto. And we got some great information on crypto too. Humanitarian Bank is going to be partnering up with the eZWay Network. We'll be telling you more about that. So it's a need to know, what if you need to know what your wallet is, or what DEFI is and how it works. You know, he's got 12 years of crypto experience, 22 years as an entrepreneur, and he's built step-by-step, like perfected systems that remove all the overwhelmingness when it comes to, earning like a pro. So you can go to nextleveldefi.com/training to learn more, and make sure you just go to his link, which we do have out there in the circuit. You'll see in the comments. You learn more about him and what he's got going on. And without further ado, there's Dad. Let's go ahead and bring on engineer. Let's bring on Vadim Voss. All right, Vadim, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for slowing down with us baby boomers, or at least half of us. The other half is not a baby boomer. But
thanks for that intro. Glad to be here.
Well, the audience is excited to hear from you. I mean, crypto is like taking over the world right now. It's AI, it's social media, it's crypto. You know, gold-backed digital currency, which is something we're very much involved with. But the crypto thing is very confusing though to a lot of people, even my dad, especially baby boomers. Right. So I have a couple specific crypto questions for you, but let's go ahead and get to know you a little bit and find out, who is Vadim and why did you go down the path that you're going?
I started, just in basic entrepreneurship. I went back over to post-Soviet Union. That's where I kind of cut my teeth in entrepreneurship, construction, import exports. I was doing boring offline businesses, but then I ran into issues with banks, like over there. Unlike in US, those banks would be a little shady and they would sometimes steal your money, and plus issues with scammers. So control became a big kind of theme in my life, and then I stumbled on Bitcoin, and then I realized that's the solution to that problem of control. It's basically like a self-contained financial system that only you have control of. So you can't be scammed, you can't be taken advantage of. They can't basically steal your money out from under you. So, and then that kind of led to me, stumbling into like decentralized finance and how to actually generate income within this financial system. So that's what I teach now. That's kind of, my mission at the moment.
And
So I know. Go ahead, Dan.
it's such a like beyond changing world for everybody now. I mean, in just every industry, especially with AI on board, whether you're medical, legal, engineering, the crypto, the finances, everything is tipsy turvy now. It's going upside down, and it's the finances are kind of. I mean, health is important, but finances are right up there. So we have to make sure this is all stable, and for the crypto and that. So do you think within 5 years the actual coins and the coins aren't making any sense anyway, because it costs 5 times as much to make a nickel. It costs too much to make the nickel or the dime than it's worth.
Well,
But do you think the
before
paper
we
money
get
will
into
be
that,
phased out?
hold on, really quick. Before we get into those questions, I want to kind of guide the audience properly here. Vadim, and hold on to that question, Dad, please. But can you please tell everybody that's watching live right now, and the people that are watching the archive, what is crypto, and how does it work? Let's go back to preschool, so people
Basics.
can really understand.
Basics.
Well, at the very basic level, crypto is basically like a decentralized accounting ledger, right? That's spread among like millions of computers. So it's not just on one computer. So, and basically that ledger, there's a consensus of what it is between all these computers. And it's just a way to keep track of money, digital money. I mean, to really like kind of make it simple. And then there's also smart contracts and all the functionality of traditional finance. But the idea is that it's all fully automated. It's run with autonomous code. And the most important feature is that you have control. You have self-custody. You hold the money. You own your value. Versus like with a bank, they kind of control the value, right? If they decide to freeze your account, you're out of luck.
And how does crypto turn into value? How does cryptocurrency, coins, tokens turn into actual money?
I mean, at the very basic level, you have stable coins, which are backed 1-to-1 with dollar and the bank account, like USDC, USDT. So that's an easy thing for people to understand, right? Now they're also doing tokenized real estate. There's also gold-backed crypto. So you have tokens which are backed by gold, tokens that are backed by real estate. And it's just a better way to transact, basically. It's it's kind of, you can't really send gold across the world, right? But you can send Bitcoin across the world, and that's the same value. It's just about transacting,
So you have, and then Dad, we'll go to your question. So you have a contract currency that's in a wallet that you download on an app on a phone,
right?
And then that currency can be traded or exchanged for other currency, and it has what's called fiat. It can be exchanged for fiat, which then can be you can go to a bank, you can go to an ATM, and you can actually pull out fiat that's actual currency. So for those of you guys that don't really understand how this works, now, Dad, back to your question.
Yeah, people in general are thinking, I've got $10 in my wallet, I've got whatever in a checking account, they can write a check, use their card. Now, do you think there will be within 5 years no need for the cash at all, and we'll be using a general government crypto coin or something like that, or whatever the independents are? Is that a rough time frame that you're looking at?
I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of a proponent of keeping cash around. I think we can have all of that. We can have gold, we can have cash, we can have crypto, we can have treasury bills. We can have all these things. Have their place and their functionality. I'm not a proponent of just like going all in on one thing. Like I think we should have all of that available to the public.
That's what. I think people would be comfortable with that.
Yeah, no problem with that. I mean, I support gold as well. That's a 2,000-year-old store of value. It's not going anywhere. Bitcoin is just
gold.
A digital gold, basically.
And then you have your digital currency, then you have your asset-backed currency, which is what we're talking about. You have actual gold or real estate or something that's actually backing the crypto. That's what a lot of, and also too, if you guys didn't know, most of the mainstream banks are moving to crypto or have moved to crypto already. They've already put it all in place. So that tells you something, to answer your question, Dad. So Vadim, we're going to go ahead and give you the stage for the next couple minutes to just do your thing. We'll call this easy talk, kind of like TED Talks. to just really let people know whatever it is you want to know. And ultimately, we want to help you showcase your expertise.
Yeah. So I mean, my expertise is I'm teaching people how to make 5 to 10x more passive income on their savings than they get at the banks. Because currently the banks you get like what 3-4%. Yeah, there's no risk, but also and you don't have any control because the bank can freeze your account. I mean, in US it's less likely, but in Canada the truckers found out the hard way that could happen, right? And also with centralized entities like FTX, sometimes what you see on your app screen or in your account statement is not exactly what the real situation is, right? With decentralized finance, which is kind of the tools that I teach to get more yield on your savings, you actually have full control 24/7. You can basically provide liquidity to traders so they could trade between meme coins and take risks, but you're not doing that. You're just loaning out your money through smart contracts to them to use, and they're paying you fees along with the exchanges. And you can get anywhere from 15 to 20% on stable coin pools with no risk and your money per year, which is what I do. I mean, I just kind of keep my money in there instead of the bank account. I call it the bank account equivalent. Or if you actually want to hold some of these tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and for a long term, you can get 50, 60, 70% a year on your funds. So that's what I do. And I mean, I spent the last 5 years and $150,000 of my own money developing a whole system around that, where it's basically like always updated course, a VIP white glove support by me in the Telegram chat, and basically like Zoom Q&As, kind of like this, so we can chat about it. And I take complete beginners who don't know anything about crypto, get them, or if you want to get you there in 2 hours max. So yeah, that's kind of the value I bring to the world. That's my mission. Yep.
All right, that's awesome.
All right.
So thank you for sharing that with us. And then you guys can see at the bottom if you want to get involved with Vadim, if you want to get in touch with him, if you want to get more involved with what he just shared with you, you can search Vadim on the eZWay Wall of Fame.com. You click on members, then you can go right to his profile and learn more. You can book an appointment. You can basically just get totally in contact with everything that he's doing, as well as you can come to our VIP pitch party, meet Vadim live and on the stage. He's a crypto expert, making things happen. One of our silver members, and knows his stuff. So thank you so much for joining us, Vadim. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And how was your first experience on one of our broadcast shows? Which, by the way, let me show you something. So we are live right now on the eZWay the eZWay TV network, and basically we are getting a lot of viewership because we just added. This stream is automatic. You can't do anything else but watch the stream when you go to eZWayTV now. So that's a new little coded function that we added. So if you guys go to eZWay.tv, you'll see the live right there and then. So we appreciate our team with all the magic that they're able to do. So how did you enjoy your experience?
That was great, man. I did my little pitch. I guess I should put like a timer next time because I think I went a little too fast.
I need a timer too. That helps.
Yeah,
next time, definitely putting a timer.
You did great, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and stay with us if you can for our next guest. And so, guys, look up for Vadim. He's awesome what he's doing. And this is also brought to you by the Best book, which basically you can see there we go. There it is. The Best book, which is a book that we do every year, and then you can get pretty much featured on what we're doing with eZWay. Are we not there? There we go. You can do what we're doing with everything at eZWay, and then you can get published, and it's a world tour that we do. So the best book, you need to make sure that you go to eZWayNetwork.com/book, check out the book. And we have a lot of celebrities, amazing stories on how they became the best. So that was an awesome guest, a lot of great information on crypto, and we're gonna go to commercial break, and we have one more guest for you guys that actually going off of the money thing, going off of income and wealth. The next guest is actually going to tell you guys a lot to that extent. Maybe not crypto, but so we had crypto today, and we're going to have a whole nother version of money for you here soon with our next guest after this commercial break. And you're watching RBL Live. We'll be right back.
In the digital space, where dreams ignite.
Are you a member of our eZWay networking community? Get interviewed so our members can get to know you. Welcome to Meet Our Members Interviews. This interview platform ensures you to get spotlighted to thousands of our members. It will raise awareness for your business and your clients, to entrepreneurs, influencers, coaches, and more. If you want to be interviewed on our Meet Our Members podcast, subscribe to meetourEZWayMembers.com. Network with our 3,000 members and growing.
eZWay shows you how.
All right, so coming up is Rodolfo, who is an expert in money and works with a company called Iron Hawk Financial. You can look him up in the eZWay Wall of Fame and just click on connect, or you can give him a review if you like what he has to say. Same thing with our previous guest. And Rodolfo is with Iron Hawk Financial and specializes in helping people and businesses owners become their own bank, diversifying their retirement strategies and creating tax-free generational wealth by leveraging the strategies of the wealth that the wealthy use. So ironhawkfinancial.com. He's also a major connector. He's connected us to a lot of great people, and we want to know once and for all how we can become our own bank. That sounds pretty interesting.
Well, Rodolfo, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, great
welcome
to be here.
To Radio Boomers Live, and I'll tell you what, you have something that's really intriguing to a lot of people, having your own bank and so on. And are times changing, or what? Even in the financial market, right?
I feel like it's almost by the minute. Things are changing so fast.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
We can finish the show, and an hour later, all of a sudden find out all this stuff has changed. You know what I like about what you have is you could put somebody in a position where they run to the bank to do this or do a transaction, not at the ATM, but inside, and whoop, the door, the sign goes up like the old days were closed. Now with your situation, we could pull out our keys and open it up and go on and do our transaction. That's pretty cool.
Crazy stuff. Kind of reminds me of what happened with those banks in California. That was not grand.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the strategies, and I learned this fairly recently with the new firm I'm with. It blew my mind when I realized what was actually possible and what the wealthy do. Got a bit of an insight into that. Excuse me. And when I learned it, I couldn't unsee it. It's one of those things when you learn something new, you're just like, wait, what? Why didn't I learn this 20 years ago? Because I would have liked to know this 20 years ago. And
they go fast.
They do. Yeah.
And Rodolfo, why don't you go and introduce yourself for about a minute or so people know who you are.
Definitely. So I'm Rodolfo Gargioni with Iron Hawk Financial. I grew up in a small town on the Oregon coast. I'm an avid car enthusiast, cat dad of 4. I've lived in my small town for a little over 35 years. I had my dream job during the pandemic, which I ended up losing. I was in auto sales, big surprise, and I had to find something new. So I joined a bunch of networking events in late 2021, met some incredible people there, and eventually the financial services industry found me. I've been in it ever since, and I tell people this all the time, losing my dream job was the best thing that ever happened to me because I found my life purpose in the process.
Well, you're talking about the Oregon coast. It doesn't get much more beautiful than that. Was that hard to leave? That's scenic to the max.
Guys, we want to encourage you to like, comment, and share. We have more people coming in. This is a new guest, and let's give them some love. Like, comment, and share. Hashtag eZWay Family.
So we're talking about times changing. Are you kind of more of a pessimist or an optimist when it comes to looking down the road a year or two with the Bitcoins and the finances and the way the way everything's rolling right now? Does it look stable enough for you?
Honestly, I'm an optimist. That's kind of how I've been since I was little. I've always seen the good in things. And I think that the biggest driver in my eyes is when you teach people something new on how to leverage their money better and how to have a better financial future, you create optimism.
That's
Better
well said. Yeah.
And it's something that is you're on a Eric's not quite there, but a baby boomer scenario. We are, like I shared with somebody, a lot of us are in the if only group. Good Lord, if only back when people Eric's age did something with the retirement, with the planning for when we eventually leave. If you were to do it when you're 30, 40, or even 50 years old, you're going to be in good shape when you're 70, 80 years old. But if you don't, you just sit there and think, geez, if only I would have did it back then. Are there anything, is there anything that it's in the optimistic field if people have not kept up with their planning and they are in their 60s or 70s? What's the best thing they can do?
I mean, I do believe it's never too late. The only caveat is you have to have something to work with. So if people have even just an old 401k that they have just sitting around, if it's, in the market is doing this, there's ways to protect money like that. There's vehicles and strategies you can move your money into that won't lose money if the market goes down. It was a little volatile, and we've all seen that this past 7 months. Been a little crazy. There's ways to create lifetime income in retirement as well through various financial vehicles. I'm a big believer in that, so people don't outlive their money. And I'm also a very big proponent of long-term care, which is one of those things we don't think about when we're young.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, it's one of those things that when you plan for that stuff, if something does happen later, you're like, oh, I'm good. I'm covered for that. Yeah. I'm okay. I don't have to dip into my retirement savings to support myself, and that'll last all of about 7 months. It's like, no, plan early, understand the value of what you're doing, understand the value of what it will be later. And I'll quote John C. Maxwell for this. You can pay now and play later, or you can play now and pay later. Either way, you're going to pay. John C. Maxwell said that, and I'm a big fan of that because even out of high school, it sounds crazy. Oh, you should set up your retirement, but I'm 18 years old. Well, here's the thing. There's this little tiny concept called the time value of money. You set yourself up early, you're not going to have to put away nearly as much than if you did in your 30s or your 40s.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Yeah. How much does the average Gen Zer spend on coffee every month?
Yeah.
I spend $210 a month on coffee. I'm not even going to go there. But that's the thing. Those little tiny mentality tweaks can make a very big difference in someone's financial future.
If you put like you said, the coffee money aside, if you try to do it when you're older, it costs you a fortune every month just to have a little bit saved. I mean, you could save that much. But if you do it when you're younger, you could have hundreds of thousands, Hey
guys, don't go anywhere because in the next 5 minutes or so, we're going to bring in our other guest. We're going to have more of a panel discussion. And the question is going to be, what's the best way to position yourself for wealth? That's going to be on the crypto perspective and the insurance and the money perspective. Two different perspectives on the best way to position yourself for wealth. But Rodolfo, we met. You've been part of the eZWay family now for a while. You've been making some things happen. What do you think? And what's your opinion on eZWay? Should people sign up, and how has it benefited you?
It's been great, Eric. I know we know each other for a while. I just absolutely love what you're doing. It's really powerful. I think it's one of the best platforms out there. I absolutely love it. I go to the pitch party religiously. I literally block my time on my calendar for it. It's that good. I love your mission statement. And I think that, to me, is the most valuable piece of it all, is the mission statement and the heart that's behind what eZWay is. And there's nothing better, to be really honest. And I go to a lot of networking platforms. This is the best.
No, you do it.
Heartfelt actions. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate those kind words, and shout outs to JV Directory, one of our JV partners, on how we ended up. Was it JV Directory or was it Mini Shark Tank or Polarized Networking? Those are like the three main ones we go to. Do you remember how we met?
Probably JV Directory. I'm thinking it's probably that one.
Okay, awesome. Well, and then so you work with a lot of well-off money people, we always love to give basic advice, for our viewers. We got a lot of people watching right now. What is your advice, before we get into the panel discussion, what is your advice for positioning yourself for wealth, and how have you are you wealthy or are you just well off? And what's the
Getting
difference?
there. I believe wealthy is more than just monetary. It's health, it's family, it's a lot of that stuff. But I also believe it is something like tax diversification, market exposure diversification, making sure you're leveraging your money the best way possible. My advice is when you're growing wealth, obviously start early, that's a given. But if you have money sitting, you should leverage strategies that will make your money not only work for you, but will have downside protection. So if the market does dip, you won't lose anything, but also make it so you can leverage your money better through the Be Earned Bank strategy. And I can take about a minute to explain that if you'd like. The 30,000-foot view of that is you put money inside the strategy. Say you have $200,000 in there and you want to borrow $100,000 to buy something. You borrow $100,000, you're still earning interest on the full $200,000, even though you borrowed half of it. And if you have a loan rate of maybe 5%, and the strategy has historically made 14% over the past 20 years, recorded and verified, you're making money on money you've loaned yourself. And there's no contribution limits. It's tax-free. So you can put you can put millions of dollars a year away into these strategies and leverage your money better like the wealthy do. You can use it for real estate investing. You can buy a car. You can put your kids through college. You can set your kids up for the same thing. Great tool for college funding because colleges can't see it. So many different ways to utilize these types of strategies for generational wealth.
And I hear that in Europe, they think Americans are, a little bit off track when we get on our 30-year or 40-year mortgages, or even a 15, or we finance a car for 5 or 6 years, whatever. And they say when you have a certain payment plan, you don't have to go over a period of 30 years if you pay it a certain way. I don't know if you're familiar with those kind of numbers.
I've heard of that. Yes, it's funny you mention that. We're actually talking to a couple of people. We might be bringing in a solution like that as well. You can pay off your loans faster.
Yeah,
There's
and you're talking a lot of money.
Yeah, if you have to take a mortgage and go from 30 years to 20, that's a lot of interest saved. I personally don't do that, but I know of people that do. And yeah, it's powerful. And of course, we don't teach this stuff in school. That's a problem. Hopefully we can change that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just little strategies, little tricks, little tools that people have that they don't realize they have because we're not talking about this as a culture either. Money.
So Rodolfo, we're gonna give you 1 minute to just have the stage for yourself to give whatever advice, whatever you wanna basically do, and then don't go anywhere, guys, because we're gonna have a special all guest panel on that particular question. What's the best way to position yourself for wealth? So Rodolfo, the stage is yours.
Awesome. Yeah, this has been an absolute pleasure. So yeah, real quick, diversify your tax implications. Make sure your money's in a safe place. If you have old retirement accounts, be aware you are paying fees. If you have a 401k or an IRA, you are paying fees. And then later on, when you take your money out, you're going to be paying taxes as well. The strategies I utilize, I teach, you grow your money tax-free. You can take it out tax-free before retirement. It's suit-proof and divorce-proof in most states. Non-disclosable FAFSA forms. You can use it for college funding. The big thing is knowledge and empowerment. Talk to somebody like me. They can teach you the advanced strategies of the wealthy use, because those are the kind of things, when you leverage them right, especially when you're young, it'll change not only your financial future, but your entire family's.
There it is. I love how you stuck to time. Perfect, guys. So we're going to go commercial break. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're looking for your comments. We're looking for your shares and your likes. You also do get rewarded as rock stars when you guys support our broadcast. And make sure you join us this Thursday. VIP Pitch Party is coming up. www.eZWayPitchParty.com. And we will be right back after this commercial break. If you want your own podcast, your own show on a platform that could potentially get you to hundreds of millions of viewers, you want to get ranked on Google, and you want to get out to the correct eyeballs that can actually make something happen, make that ROI happen, do it the easy way. We'll be right back.
Welcome to eZWay Podcast. Do you have a podcast? Maybe you want to create one. Let eZWayPodcast.com make it a little easier on you and your guests. For only $99 a month, you can super boost your podcast, get more subscribers, advertisers, and manage everything all in one place with eZWay Network.
Get seen and heard the easy way, get a larger reach, meet quality potential guests. You could be on Roku, Apple, Amazon, all mobile devices and smart TVs streaming on eZWayTV. Our network helps you get advertisers and people wanting to pay you for an interview, as well as brand credibility and more social media followers. Try it free. Register to eZWayPodcast.com.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed the show, make sure that you subscribe to eZWayNews.com and eZWay.tv. Tell your friends. So coming up is our last segment, which we're going to have all the guests, all the opinions, and everybody's going to state their opinion within 1 to 2 minutes on this particular question. And if you guys want to join in, you're welcome to. We're looking for your comments and your questions. So the question is, what is the best way to position yourself for wealth? Starting with our current guest, Rodolfo. I know you already kind of went over this, but if you have any other difference in opinions or you want to go in any other specific directions, question is to you. 1 minute. Go ahead, Rodolfo.
Definitely. I think the biggest thing, and I was mentioning a little bit before, is making sure you're well diversified. Understanding how, not just how your money's working for you, but how it's going to work for you long term. A lot of people, and myself included, I was like this in my 20s, I didn't think about long term. When you think about long term and you're aware of, hey, if I have my money working here, here, and here, it's going to create a solid financial foundation. But beyond that, because having a pile of money is one thing, but making sure you're holistically taken care of with things like long-term care, life insurance, making sure you have your will and trust set up, that's where wealth comes in. Because then no matter what happens, if the market has a correction or if something happens to you personally, you're going to be taken care of and you're not going to have to worry about paying your bills or keeping your business running.
So is that something that you help people with and you teach? All right. So guys, search Rodolfo on the eZWayWallOfFame.com/members and you can learn more about that. All right. Same question to you, Vadim. What is the best way to position yourself for wealth?
I mean, I also agree with Rodolfo. Diversification is important. I mean, you have to keep track of the latest technologies like AI and crypto, decentralized finance. But what I would recommend is basically have some kind of source of passive income, through crypto and maybe through real estate. If you really consider, you might as well get some gold, maybe some land. That's always going to be, worth something. Yeah, and then have like an active business on top of that generates the money to, keep increasing investments in those categories. So, and I can definitely help with the passive income on the crypto side. And I'm sure Rodolfo can handle the rest for the traditional finance. I'm not against traditional finance. I think people should use both, and I think everybody should be diversified across all of these things, and that's the foundation for real wealth. And obviously, keep your taxes optimized, keep your, asset protection in place. I mean, in decentralized finance, you don't need to worry about that because you control everything. But, on the traditional side of things, there are also strategies that Rodolfo can probably help with to do that as well. Yeah, and optimize the tax burden, obviously. So,
I love it. Well said. Yeah, no, we got some great information. And Jeremy says it's great to seeing you guys in RBL Live and you got some great value and that you guys are giving to listeners. And his son says everything that you're saying is more than true. They agree. We also got Larry. I just want to add to this. We are always talking about wealth, no matter how wealthy you become. If your heart is broken and it is not right, and there's no healing, wealth can't help you. That is well said. Well said. Yeah, no, you're definitely right, Larry. And then we also have AI Chan. What would be your prediction of BTC till year end? We got some time. You want to answer that? I think that you guys also, when you post your comments, make sure you say who your comment is to. If you have any particular person that wants to answer, or if everybody wants to answer, I think that's kind of a BTC. That's kind of a crypto question. So maybe you take that, Vadim.
Yeah. I mean, I see it as being 150 to 170K by year end, but at the same time, there could also be a correction. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. It all depends on market sentiment and politics and Trump's decisions. So not something I can control or anybody on this panel can really control. But that's just my opinion, not financial advice.
Great advice. All right, Dad, same question to you. What is the best way to position yourself for wealth?
Well, you have to have hard work, determination, drive, and resilience. But without faith, morals, and ethics, it's a waste of time. But on the other hand, we do need to, it is comfortable, guys. I'm 75. It is nice when you get to a certain age and you realize that the bills can be paid, because believe me, people start falling down, they start getting hurt, and a day may come where you can't produce that much income. So if you have a little nest egg put aside, now, My strategy is a little different than Mr. Tech Guy that we have on here, because he said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, I put all my eggs in one basket down into golf. And I met a lady named Katrina, and she broke my eggs and rearranged that. So what he's saying is true. You really do have to diversify. And I think both of our guests realize that. What would you say if you were to diversify and you had a certain percentage that you would put more eggs in a certain basket than others? What would you say that one would be? Would it be, maybe the stock market or the Bitcoin or real estate? What would you prefer? Either one.
I would say, personal idea, tax-free income growth. Mostly because if you figure if you're going to average, say 14% tax-free, people think, well, I'm getting 18% in my brokerage. Well, yes, that's 18% taxable.
Yeah.
When you figure out and take out your taxes, you're getting less than 14 tax-free. So being mindful, okay, how much am I making taxable versus non-tax?
The term being mindful is very important, isn't it?
I just wanted to remind you guys too, you can also search Vadim if you like what Vadim's saying here on the panel or on the whole show. Search Vadim on eZWayWallOfFame.com/members. So I'm going to ask myself that same question because I want in on this one. So what is the best way to position yourself for wealth? So coming to you guys from a technical perspective, online, social media, and actually just my own personal experience, I would say affiliate wealth has been very, very successful for me. A lot of people ask me, how do we get to 7 figures? How do we get to the position that we're in? How do we have, so much ability to do things and stuff? And I did a lot of affiliate positioning. So what does that mean? I always talk about how power of appreciation, power of association, and power of affiliation. The affiliation part is where the money really, really comes in. I connected to 30 different programs that would give me anywhere from 10 to 50%. And that is how I position myself for wealth. That's how I position and I do agree with you, Rodolfo, too, and Vadim. Without health, as my beautiful Dr. Dante Sears says all the time, without health, there's no wealth. So you have to make sure that you're taking care of your health. You have to make sure you're taking care of your well-being. You have to make sure that you're taking care of your mind to get wealthy, to get in that position. But if you position yourself with a lot of different relationships that give you, and as long as they're paying you, because not everybody pays you, they use you and then they don't pay you. But if they do pay you, you actually can get a lot of money from it. So you position yourself with links. Okay. Links are super important, affiliate links. So when you're dealing with anybody, ask them for affiliate link. Doesn't matter if it's 5%, 10%, 20%, all the way up to 50%. But if you have an affiliate link, that is how you monetize your audience, how you monetize your relationships, how you turn relationships into relationship equity, because you're going to promote it anyways. You might as well get paid for it. Right. So what I did was I had close to 50. I'm giving you guys some super secrets here. Right. So whoever's watching the show, this is a good episode. And by the way, guys, if this is a new segment we're doing to a new idea, if you guys like this, if you like this panel idea, if you want us to do it in future episodes, post your comments, let us know. But the reality of it is the more you position yourself with different affiliate links in different situations, the more you position yourself for wealth, the more you position yourself for success. So I had multiple companies and I just kept asking for affiliate links and I kept telling people about that stuff. And the next thing I know, I was getting a couple $1,000s a month just off of affiliate relationships and stuff. So that would be one of my portions of advice. Same thing with, getting your Google presence. So, the more edified you are on Google, the more you're positioning yourself for wealth, because the whole world is based upon Google search results and stuff. So the better you're positioned with Google and search engines. The third thing I would say is apps. If you don't have an app in some sort of way, don't just position yourself for wealth, position yourself for residual wealth. Okay, that goes along with the whole affiliate thing. So that's my piece of advice. I think we got some great advice.
You ended it right on point, Eric, because that was going to be my question: is do you think residual is one of your best partner platforms in the whole program?
Oh, I mean, it's everything. It also, going back to staying healthy to be wealthy. When you position yourself with partnered programs, you stay a lot less stressed because the money just kind of comes in on its own. Position yourself for the ding. Okay, guys, position yourself for the ding. What does Eric mean? The ding is your PayPal or your Stripe going ding, ding, ding with money just kind of coming in. It's so awesome when it happens. Position yourself for the ding. Okay, so that's my little piece of advice. Hopefully
Well,
that helps you.
I would say between all three of you, you guys are definitely in the term cutting edge because, like you mentioned before, it's literally changing by the minute right after our conversation. It's
Mhm.
we could end the show and 5 minutes later find out there's been. So all three of you are definitely in the cutting edge of tech and finances and online media and so on and so forth. So
That's the
this is a
beauty of
little,
having all these amazing minds on a broadcast, and you only get it here on eZWay Network. You only get what you get the eZWay Way on eZWay Network. So make sure you guys create your account and download the app, because you can look for Vadim, you can look for Rodolfo, you can look for me and my dad, you can look for any of the guests. And Dad, we're almost at 1,000 episodes now. I want to also
yeah.
point that out. That is so cool. We're almost at 1,000 episodes now. With Radio Boomers Live, starting with Retha Gray from Betty White's Off the Rockers. Now, a father-son show, you and me. But I mean, that's a big steep. 1,000
So,
episodes
yeah.
on the show. So I think we got 7 more episodes to go, and we'll officially be at 1,000 episodes. So we're gonna have to do some sort of big celebration or something
And
with.
talking about a treasure trove of information, I'm not just saying that. I mean, like the guests we have on today, this is the real stuff. And if you don't pay attention, you wind up, I'm not going to say the names, but certain companies that were big faded away. Our big shopping center not too far not only had a few stores go out of business, and this was a high-tech, nice shopping center, it got leveled, and it's going to be a whole different scenario now.
Well
So
said, Dad. And you left us with some great information. And it's 30 seconds for Vadim. Leave us with whatever closing words you want to do. And Rodolfo, same thing. Then we're going to end the show.
Yeah, I mean, like Eric said, if you want to find me, look me up on the eZWay Network, my Wall of Fame. If you want to set up maybe like a quick strategy call, so I can help you get some passive income with crypto, I'm always open to that. So, or just check out my free training workshop, which can get you there, quick within 40 minutes.
Rodolfo.
I'll also leave with this. Your network is your net worth. Guys, build powerful relationships because they can change your life. That's what's happening to me right now. If you guys want to get a hold of me, I'd love a quick little one-on-one. I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. I do not charge for my services, so don't worry. Love to help you guys out in any way I can. I'm on eZWay as well.
Thank you both for being on our Radio Boomers Live show and sharing all that. That's a treasure trove of information, interesting, informative to the max. And
thank you so much for coming on, guys. Great wealth of information. Haha, no pun intended. And guys, and we're going to leave you with the eZWay Interactive app. Search eZWay Interactive on Google Play or Apple Store. Get involved with us, play with us. We're growing like crazy. We have River Rock Films. We're getting involved with now. It's one of the biggest film independent studios for films, and we're building the TV division. We got the National Social Media Awards coming up. We got the HOPA Awards coming up. We got so many amazing people inside of the network. We got the VIP pitch party coming up. You'd be blown away by the networking that you get. Everything happens in the eZWay Interactive app, and we also are building a new eZWayTV app. We have one now, but wait until you see the new and improved interactive app that we're getting ready to build. So make sure you subscribe to eZWay.tv. We got the eZWay magazine coming out. We want to say thank you to reliefalliance.org for all the support that they give us behind the scenes. Donate to bvccharity.org. We want to say thank you to Owl, www.owl.com, referral code eZWay. You can get paid to help people, talk to people on the phone. And as always, eZWaypromotions.com if you want some promotions and you want some support. We want to say thank our sponsors, All Aboard Limousine Service.com. Check us out on iTube 247 and faithchannel.com. Search for eZWayTV. And pretty soon, guys, you'll catch us on Roku channel. You'll catch us on Tubi and on Pluto and all the biggest platforms. So we're already at hundreds of millions of potential reach that we're hitting now. We have tens of thousands of members and subscribers that we have now. But once this next distribution, once this next situation with Radiate Television comes out, you guys heard it first, it's going to a whole nother level. So you want to learn more, you go to www.eZWayPitchParty.com. Learn how you can leverage eZWay Network for your own strength, for your own business, own clients, and learn how you can leverage our numbers, our viewers, our celebrities on the eZWay Wall of Fame. Search me on Eric Zuley on Instagram, guys. Follow me personally. And one more time, I just want to encourage you guys to look for the big summit we're doing. It's something new. It's called the Influence to Income Summit, the Eye to Eye Summit. And we are looking for speakers. We are looking for people that want to be speaking. It is a pay-to-play situation to speak with some of the biggest and best in the business on stage. You can get your commercial on there. You can get widely involved, and it is televised on over 18 different channels. So with us, you don't just get on a stage and then that's it. You get on television, and you are on television forever. You're on all these apps, and we just told you the bigger distribution we're getting ready to do. So if you're interested, just put "I'm interested" in the chat below, or email us at eZWayNetwork@gmail.com and reach out to us. And we'll definitely reach back out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Dad, I'll let you close it out, and stay tuned and join us next week, 11 to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Radio Boomers Live.
Remember, guys, you don't want to sit around and let that light bulb that goes off in your head fade away. Then you have that regret later on. You know, like the t-shirt said, just do it. So Radio Boomers Live, like I say, keep moving, keep the faith. And for now, Radio Boomers Live. And I just want to throw in bvccharity.org. We're just about getting all the kids tested. We want to test them and test them. If you want to be part of our organization, contact us. But then again, we have a time frame here. So for now, BVC Charity and our eZWay Radio Boomers Live will be signing out until next Monday morning.
We're the eZWay family, making a mark with connections and trust up on this tight, turning every moment into pure delight. Got the eZWay verse right in our hands, building dreams together like no other brands. We're interactive, living on the edge. Download the app and take the pledge. We are the fire in the dark of night.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
We shine so bright. Together we elevate, fly so high. eZWay, community touching the sky. Leaping through the future, break the mold.
You're watching eZWayTV, powered by eZWayNetwork.com.
Every click, every move so alive.